Good morning. On behalf of the Woodworks Chairman of the Board, Bart Bender, and myself, I would like to welcome everyone. I am Jennifer Cover, President and CEO of Woodworks. Today, we have the great honor of having a number of special guests on the board meeting with us. The United States Secretary of Agriculture, Secretary Thomas Vilsack, the Chief of the USDA Forest Service, Chief Randy Moore, as well as the Chair of the Softwood Lumber Board, Caroline Dozet, and the CEO of the Softwood Lumber Board, Case DeJagger. They are here today for the signing of an MOU outlining the public-private partnership between the USDA and the SLB as they work together to grow demand for wood products as natural climate solutions. The Woodwork Board meeting has been selected as the venue for the signing because the Woodworks program is a strong example of what can be achieved through successful collaboration between government and the collective wood industry. Woodworks removes barriers to wood utilization in commercial and multifamily construction. Thanks to the funding we receive from the USDA Forest Service and the SLB, we are able to offer no-cost project support to design and construction teams that are interested in building with wood products as a way to decrease the carbon footprint of our built environment. Our goal is to change the way people build by introducing them to innovative wood solutions and also providing the necessary technical support and research results for them to design wood structures up to 18 stories. This enables building designers and developers to build for a more sustainable future. Thank you for making the services that we provide possible. I would like to now introduce the Chief Executive Officer of the Softwood Lumber Board, Case DeJagger.
Thank you, Jennifer, for your comments and particularly your exceptional leadership of the Woodworks program. As you mentioned, a program that shows what's achievable when industry and government work together. The Softwood Lumber Board's mission is to increase the demand and use of softwood lumber products through promoting their economic and environmental value proposition. In that capacity, we greatly value and appreciate the partnership with the USDA on the many initiatives we pursued together since signing the original MOU in 2015. Mr. Secretary, I remember standing on the High Line with you in New York that same year to announce the winners of the Tall Wood Building Competition. That competition and many of our other shared initiatives are transforming how America builds. It's quite remarkable to see the growth and demand for sustainably harvested wood products since that time, particularly in the construction of offices, university facilities, and light industrial projects. Much of that is the direct result of investments made by the USDA and SLB in programs like Woodworks. We're excited to move forward with the renewal of the MOU and build on success. We at the Softwood Lumber Board are committed to expanding our partnership with the department to pursue a common ambition of transforming buildings from carbon emitters to carbon sinks. Our products truly are the natural solution to tackling the causes of climate change. It's now my pleasure to introduce the SLB's chair. Ms. Caroline Dozet is a fourth-generation owner and manager of Rex Lumber. Rex owns and operates 4 state-of-the-art Southern Yellow Pine mills in Florida, Mississippi, as well as the newest mill in Troy, Alabama. Ms. Dozet oversees all finances, risk management, succession planning, human resources, safety, and sales. She's been involved in the more than 90-year-old family business since 1998. In that time, she's assisted with the acquisition and startup of 3 sawmill locations, the transition of ownership from one generation to the next, and focused all locations on safety. In addition to her role as chair of the Softwood Lumber Board, she's on the board of the U.S. Endowment for Forestry and Communities, is an active member of the Southeast Lumber Manufacturers Association, having served on its board from 2013 to 2016. She has also served as president of the Mississippi Lumber Manufacturers Association, being the secretary of the Northwest Florida Manufacturers Council, and is involved with the Florida Forestry Association, Federal Forest Resource Council, and Mississippi Forestry Association. Ms. Dozet and her family have a strong commitment to education and supporting those who are seeking jobs and careers in our industry. In honor of her parents, their grandparents, who had a quiet legacy of supporting education for local students, Ms. Dozet, her father, and siblings have established scholarships at several state and community colleges that offer manufacturing training and education. Through Rex Lumber's Get a Job outreach program, high school seniors entering the workforce learn the soft skills, such as filling out applications, writing resumes, professional appearance, and interview techniques. Ms. Dozet is an ongoing supporter of the Florida Teachers Tour, Florida Project Learning Tree, as well as other local school and community organizations such as Habitat for Humanity. With that, Madam Chair, over to you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Mr. DeJagger, for the introduction, and thank you, Chief Moore and Secretary Vilsack for joining us today to sign the Memorandum of Understanding between the USDA and the SLB. The USDA and the SLB have proudly worked together since 2015 on many notable initiatives to grow markets for softwood lumber in residential, commercial, and multifamily construction. We accomplished more together than we ever could separately. Some of our biggest successes over the past 6 years, which we will continue to build upon, include the joint funding of Woodworks, with whom we are presenting today. Woodworks has been highly effective in supporting the use of light frame and mass timber construction for commercial, institutional, and multifamily. Since 2014, Woodworks' efforts have had a total carbon benefit of over 20 million metric tons of carbon dioxide, both sequestered in wood buildings and avoided as a result of using wood instead of other competitive materials. This is the equivalent of taking 4.3 million cars off the road for an entire year. In 2020 alone, the Woodworks team converted 400 projects to wood, influenced a total of 1,572 projects, and hosted 249 education events. Woodworks could not have achieved such incredible results without financial support from both the USDA and the SLB. The SLB is also funding 3 projects under the USDA Forest Service 2021 Wood Innovations Grant Program, which explores traditional wood project expansions, growth for wood energy markets, and the promotion of wood as a natural and economical construction material. This year's Wood Innovation Grants recipients include building affordable housing with mass timber, which will explore financing options, build 1 or more prototypes, and perform structural material life cycle analysis. The second project will demonstrate a cost-effective CLT panel capable of resisting DOS/DoD design basis threats through a 2-phase testing program. The third grant will be used for the advancement of timber panels as structural elements in composite floor systems of timber steel hybrid structures, which include establishing a preliminary design for a timber steel composite system utilizing CLT or laminated veneer lumber to improve the structural performance for buildings 6 stories or more. We're looking forward to seeing the results in the coming months. The U.S. Tall Wood Building Prize competition that was established by the USDA, SLB, and the Binational Softwood Lumber Council as the first step in the process to showcase the safe application, practicality, and sustainability of tall wood structures using mass timber, composite wood technologies, and innovative building techniques. The Timber City exhibit at the National Building Museum educated over 80,000 visitors about mass timber in 2016 and 17, while the Think Wood Mobile Tour kicked off the 2019 National Forest Products Week Timber Innovation Day in Washington, D.C., and completed multiple conference, university, and industry events before the pandemic. The tour relaunched in August with multiple events booked through November and more anticipated for 2022. Ultimately, joint support of mass timber code work, especially that of the American Wood Council, has led to tall mass timber being accepted into the 2021 International Building Code, with early code adoption in 6 states and several large cities spurring on markets. The SLB is proud of these projects and how each sharpens the way we think about wood in the built environment. We're creating foundational knowledge that will positively impact our communities and climate for decades. The SLB is also prioritizing the development of future professionals and the industry by investing in key areas, including support for universities and young professional programs, highlighting the benefits of working forest, its products, as well as how to design and build with them. Developing initiatives to expand the understanding and importance of embodied carbon, life cycle assessments, and the connection to forest management along with wood construction. Lastly, identifying connections to sawmills, investing for regions that have lost infrastructure. On behalf of the SLB, we're looking forward to continuing our partnership with the USDA and Forest Service to push the wood products industry forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Caroline, and thank you, Case. Next, I would like to introduce the USDA Forest Service Chief, Randy Moore.
Hey, great. Thank you, Jennifer, and good morning to everyone. I also want to just say thank you for having us join your board meeting this morning. You know, our joint Woodworks partnership with the Softwood Lumber Board is really important to us in supporting markets, providing tech transfer, and also enhancing our research programs. And our partnership with you all also creates important connections with industry as we are working really hard to accelerate forest management to support resilient, healthy forests that will also protect communities in the meantime as well. So as you all know, we face some incredible challenges from wildfire, and working with our partners to reduce fuel risk is imperative. Working together, we can support many goals for the environment and the economy. Looking at our state and private programs, we have the Wood Innovations Program under it, and it's worked really well with the Softwood Lumber Board to achieve many successes. We've looking at market growth for mass timber buildings, and just that one area alone has helped to spur 12 new mass timber and CLT plants in the US. And since 2015, this has created important markets across ownership for our national forests, our states, our tribal partners, as well as private landowners. You all may know this as well, but our scientists and engineers from the Forest Products Lab have provided the scientific and engineering credibility to the development and the acceptance of mass timber in building codes, and will continue to provide support to create products from smaller trees. Looking at the conditions we have on the ground and looking at the products that we have plenty supply is that small diameter type woody low value material. So we're really hopeful, and we really are really enthusiastic about working with you all to help us provide and continue to sustain some of these markets that we're creating together. Climate and sustainability research is expanding across the agency as well, and we believe sustainable forests are essential to tackling the climate impacts that we're seeing. This joint work is also helping the Forest Service with our construction projects. We have the agency's first CLT building, which is nearing completion on the Nez Perce Clearwater National Forest in Idaho. And this is the first of others to come. Now, we know the important role that Woodworks can play in achieving that success, and I know that you do as well. Finally, we know the importance of industry partnerships in general in achieving our goals. And so we are looking forward to engaging with the Softwood Lumber Board to identify new opportunities for markets and products from thinning and harvesting the forest. You know, looking at activities that help create resilient, healthy forests while also protecting communities that we're in service to. And so at the end of the day, I just want to say thank you all for your partnership. Thank you all for this relationship that we have developed over the years. And I also thank you for the relationship that we're going to continue to develop moving into the future of trying to be really aggressive in treating the landscapes that we are responsible for managing. And finally, you know, it's my pleasure to introduce Secretary Tom Vilsack of USDA Agriculture. You know, I've gotten to know him quite well within the last few months. And I've got to tell you, he's someone that's committed. He's someone that's really passionate about this work. And he has a perspective that I think is going to lead us into these areas that we're talking about here. We have some situations out on our forest that really needs a lot of help. We have the partnership with you all that's going to help us utilize some of this material. And we have a leader at USDA who has the vision and the passion to, I think, lead us into this next era of what we do with national forests. So Secretary Vilsack, it's my pleasure to introduce you. Thank you.
Chief, thanks very, very much. Thanks for that kind introduction, and certainly thanks for your willingness to take on a job that has never been more important for the U.S. Forest Service or for the country, and that is managing roughly 193 million acres of forest and grasslands in a very challenging time, and dealing with some of the challenges of wildfires, dealing with the fact that for many, many years we have been unable to adequately invest in proper forest management as the Forest Service would like. But I think that is changing. President Biden was out west just yesterday, taking a look at the forest situation, the fire situation. He clearly understands the importance and necessity of investing and better forest management. And that means also creating additional market opportunities. And that's what brings us here today. Certainly appreciate the opportunity to be with the board members of the Softwood Lumber Board, and certainly appreciate the partnership we've had with Woodworks over the last 5 to 6 years. I think this is a good day. It's a good day for the development and expansion of commercial and multifamily buildings made with wood. I have had an opportunity to recently visit Michigan State, where they retrofitted a old boiler area on campus into this magnificent classroom made from wood. I will tell you, it is just a remarkable project, and it's a beautiful place for them to showcase the importance of wood as a construction material, and they did an excellent job. And I can imagine that the other several hundred projects that have already been built and constructed, and the hundreds that are in design, are really going to send a statement about the importance from an aesthetic standpoint alone of expanding opportunities for wood-based construction. I think this is also a good day for the environment. The reality is that if we're able to expand market opportunities for lumber, using it in mass timber, using it in construction, expanding opportunities for tall buildings, then we're going to store that carbon. We're not going to see it go up in smoke, as unfortunately and tragically we're seeing so much happening today. So it's a good day for the industry. It's a good day for environment. And I think it's a good day for public-private partnerships. We talk a lot about this in government, the need for government to work collaboratively with the private sector, the need for government to look for ways to leverage government resources in an effective way. And I don't think there's a better example of that kind of leverage opportunity and that kind of strong, committed partnership than the one that we've had with the Softwood Lumber Board and with Woodworks. It's a partnership that's worked. We have put money into it from the Forest Service. You all have leveraged those resources significantly. And as a result, we have, I think, collectively built awareness and built an appreciation for the opportunities that this industry presents. And I'm looking forward to a continuation of that partnership. We think there are just so many projects and so many ways in which we have worked together. We have obviously sponsored projects. We have, as the additional speakers have indicated, we've looked at ways in which we can build new ways in innovation. We've created a competition to raise awareness. We've looked at ways in which we can educate the next generation of leaders in this space. And we obviously, as well, have begun to educate municipal leaders, government leaders, county leaders, state leaders about the importance of making sure that their building codes are modernized to reflect the new science and the innovation that you all have been such an incredibly important part of developing. I do remember, Case, I do remember being in New York on that day, and it was exciting. And it was interesting, and it was challenging, and it was a little scary, frankly. Not sure this was going to work, but a lot of folks had confidence. And now I'm told over 500 buildings have been built across the country as a result of the work that was done on that day. And I know that there are a number of great projects in the works today that will continue to expand significantly that number. And I'm really proud of that work. And that's why it's important for us to continue this effort. It's important for us to formalize it with the signing of the MOU today. But most importantly, I think the signing of this document reflects a true commitment to that partnership, a true commitment to this industry, a true commitment to understanding that it's better to build than to burn. And it's a true commitment to all of us who care deeply about our forested areas, both public and privately owned. This is a very critical time for our country, a time where we are literally in the process of transforming our economy, looking for those natural solutions to climate. And this industry, I think, can really help us catapult this effort, can show people not just the tragedy side of climate change, but most importantly, the opportunity side of this climate challenge that we face. New jobs, new businesses, new buildings, new ways of design, new ways of engineering, new ways of thinking all of which will be beneficial, not just to the industry, but also to Randy and his team at the Forest Service in terms of proper management of our forest. So it is with great pleasure that I fix my signature now to the MOU. Caroline has already put her signature on it. Case has already put his signature on it. And Randy, congratulations, you figured out how to do this digitally. That may take me a while. I'm just going to use the old-fashioned pen here today to sign it. But at the end of the day, this is a continuation, and I look forward to significant success and significant expansion of this opportunity. So with that, let me just take a second to sign this. And basically to show folks I've signed it and turn it back to you all to continue your meeting. But really appreciate the opportunity to be with you today and really looking forward to this. I'm a big fan of this industry and a big fan of what you all are doing.
Thank you. As we conclude, I would like to thank our host, Ms. Cover, and the Woodworks Board, along with Mr. DeJager, Chief Moore, and Secretary Vilsack for their leadership. We should be proud of what we have accomplished so far and of the commitment to the collaboration embodied in this MOU. The work ahead of us will take time, investment, and strong, innovative thinking from all of our organizations and the support of the entire lumber supply chain. But I am confident that we will continue to thrive together. Thank you again.
Thank you, Caroline, Secretary Vilsack, Chief Moore, and Case. We sincerely appreciate your support and look forward to many more years of partnership. Thank you for joining us today.